Hello, Leo. I'm Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader. And today we will do the Lenormand card reader for the month of August for the sign of Leo. On the table here, you see 9 cards. These are the cards we will be using for the reading. And you can see also 4 objects here on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for each astrological sign. And this video here is for Leo. So you can find all 4 videos for the sign of Leo on my channel for the month of August 2021. From these 4 objects you see here, you choose or you pick one that you think relates the best to your personality or an object that you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation or your personality. Of course, you can watch all 4 videos you find on my channel related to the Leo sign. And after you watched all 4 videos, you can then decide what objects or symbol would fit best in your personality or your current situation. The matches here represent the fire sign, the stone represents the earth symbol, the aerosol sprayer here represents the earth element, and the shell represents the water element. So Leo, here we go for your card reading for August 2021. Hello, Leo, and welcome to the Earth or the Stone group for this month of August 2021. In the corner here, you can see the fox. That's the first card that is important for the month. The fox is about our work. It's about things that are not very clear to us. It's like it's a shady thing. You need to be careful with the fox because it's a little bit tricky because it's operating between dusk and dawn. So the fox is a fox related to self-care. So it's a card we need to watch out. Here, the last card here is the cross. The cross is about that we have a heavy load to carry, something that is destined to be. The cross is not the most easy card of the deck, but we will see as we proceed with the reading. So the first card here, as we said, is the fox, and then we have the ship here. The ship is about money, business, hopes, aspirations, things that we are longing for. So in combination with the fox, if you're involved in business with money, you need to be careful because maybe there's something fishy or tricky about the money. You need to be careful that you are not victimized in some kind of actions with traveling, money, everything that is involved to the ship, money, traveling, aspirations, hopes. Also for your work, you need to be careful if you're working with money, see that everything comes in the right place, that you are not the one that is victimized, that not money is disappearing. So you need to be careful with this combination. And here we have the rider. So you need to be careful that not a message is coming to you from money that is in somehow wrongly gone somewhere. This is possible with this combination, so you need to watch out here. Also, it's possible that you have, if you go on a trip here, that you have troubles with the trip. It's also possible, there are positive aspects also, that you need to travel for your work, and the travel can go quite fast. Maybe it's suddenly you need to travel for your work. Maybe you're a traveling employee. This is possible also, but still the things that I mentioned before, watch out for things related to money or business. If this is on the business front and we see this in a positive way, it's possible that you have plans for creating a business, an international business, because the ship is international. Still, everything I said apply. Be careful, but it's possible that you're playing in the future with the idea for a business in abroad or a business with money. It's possible you work overseas and you travel a lot overseas. This is possible also. This is also self-exploration, independent. It's possible that you start your own money business. It's possible that you have a business related to money, trafficking goods. You make changes for yourself. if this would be on the relation front, but I don't see directly relationships here, but I'm going to mention it anyway. It's possible that you commit to this relationship because you see some opportunities in there for yourself. Maybe it's possible that this happens. It's possible that you, because of this relationship, the relationship is also creating some opportunities. This mentions us to be cautious, and also you will, if you move or you have a change in your business or your financial environment, this also tells you to that you will need to adjust to the new situations. So be careful here for everything related to travel, money, hopes, aspirations. That is what this first line tells us. The message you can get, some messages from afar can also come to you. It's possible also if you recently came into a job and the job is high placed, that you are introduced in a higher echelon, like the higher society of money, maybe the higher banking. This is possible here because the ship is here. There's at least there is some progress here if you're careful. Messages are coming to you. It can also a little bit stressy. Maybe the travel is stress. If you need to go to abroad, maybe some situations are causing this stress. Maybe it's related because some quarantines or something. You know how it is now these days. Maybe it causes you some stress. You will also meet foreigners there. It's possible, or if you are in banking, you meet foreign investors. If that is your business, everything can go here because with the rider, everything can go rush very fast. But see that everything is clear. With the foxes here, I already mentioned it here. Just see that you enlighten all the angles from all the situation and that you cover all your angles if you go in some business that you're going in. Then in the second line here, we see the tree, we see the clouds, and we see the anchor. The tree is growth. And this means if you're in some kind of business involved, that you're thinking about more growth and especially about becoming more stable. It's probably related here to the upper line, as it usually is. So probably you're thinking about making yourself more stable. These are the thoughts, and this is the stability. So this means slow, healthy growth. So it's possible. This is not for this month only, because this is a long-term project. But maybe you're initiating this project this month. Maybe it starts out. This project will be long-term. So you're thinking about it. And here, so sometimes also with the clouds, we need to be careful, because maybe we can, together with the fox, we cannot see everything very clear, because the fox operates from dusk till dawn. So it's when our eyes need to adjust to the light. So you need to be careful here, as I mentioned before, with things, with investments. If you do so and you're careful and you watch out with investments, with new projects, it will be okay. But you know what I just mentioned you there from before. It's better to prevent than to heal. Also, this points us, if we are not 100% confident in this area, or some of these areas are new, to ask advice for a second opinion. This is what it says here also. So you need to make sure that you have all your horses straight up for the race. That is what it means here also, because maybe things seem clear, but maybe they are not. So you need to be careful with this. If you're older already, and it's possible that and related to your family, they have some breathing issues or problems with the lungs, not related to corona because it's related to the family. But if you have some family with respiration problems, it also could mean that you're confronted with these same problems, because this is it's like born in problems here where we can be confronted because the anchor is fixed. So it's something that comes out of our DNA. So it's possible here that you have that maybe there's you have a family with like they say with weak lungs, like bronchitis is very common, or chest problems are common in the respiration problems are common in the family. Also, you need to be careful that everything is clear. I already mentioned that there are no secrets here. In some cases also, I already mentioned that you need to mention an expert, because this could represent else a person that could bring you trouble. So be careful here. And also, it's good maybe here to ask for a second and a third opinion. So if you're not sure about it, ask for a second or a third opinion. This is what it means also. This whole project, if you make investments, could take a while. Maybe this is now initiated, and that the finalization of everything can take, because the anchor is slow and the tree is slow also. So it could, for finishing up with this whole project, before you're sure, you will make this step, but there will be a lot of news, communication, maybe a lot of traveling. But before this whole project is coming lift off, it could take a while, maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year. Maybe there's a lot of preparation involved, and maybe also you need some check, double check, and triple check everything there. Then we come in the last line here. We have the moon here, the mountain, and the cross. The moon softens up things a little bit. So, and here we see the mountain. The mountain is also with the broad, the same here. It's possible there's a lot. The moon represents also the internet. Nowadays it represents also the internet, because this is new forms of communication. So it's possible there's a lot of communication with a lot of people, because the moon is people, the mind. Our mind is very occupied with people from abroad, and maybe with the internet. Sometimes the connections might be a little bit difficult, because the cross can bring internet problems. It's like it's going difficulty. We are experiencing difficulties with the internet. That is possible here also. This is abroad, a lot of people, but the problems will not be severe, because the moon softens up the problems a little bit. But it's two heavy cards here, so you might experience some issues there. It also points, if you're not in a money profession, but if you're more in a creative profession, this could actually point to somebody who sculpts, like a sculptor, somebody who works with stones, or maybe the business is involved with natural stones, like marble or something like that. That is possible here also, like heavy. The mountain is heavy and the cross is heavy also. So maybe the business is related to heavy objects. These are all heavy cards. So it's possible that also that it's literally connected to heavy objects. Also, if you, the mountain also represents sometimes fears we have. Maybe for this project, you have certain fears. Maybe these fears are grounded. And also because there is delays here, because the mountain can present delays in abroad, it's possible also you get some frustration. But maybe it's meant to be. Maybe the delay has a reason, because the cross can be heavy and hard to bear, but in some cases it protects us also for making the step too soon. Because if we make the steps too soon, it could have consequences. So in the way, the mountain makes it slow, and the cross is heavy to carry, and it cannot maybe not proceed, but maybe there's a reason why it's not going through. The cross can delay the conditions or the circumstances for a certain specific reason. Maybe it's for protecting you. If you feel it's like that, you will feel it, but still you could get involved with some stress yourself, like you get stressed from the whole thing. It's weighing on you. If you think it will not come the project, it will come the project, but it will go slow, because we all have slow here. Maybe it's not for this month, but it will come. Then we have the cross and the mountain here. You can see it all as a challenge. We all let it. Maybe you're suffering because the whole thing is not, there's a suffering here. It's possible also on the human front here that you're suffering from something. Maybe some people in your environment put a lot of stress on you, and you're suffering because of this. These, as I said, these problems could be related also to abroad, and maybe also some people, higher placed people above you, putting pressure on you, but maybe you cannot solve the problem, but still they put pressure on you. We cannot change the mountain. The mountain is there. If the obstacle is there, we cannot move the mountain. The only thing we can do is go around the mountain, but this will take time and it will take efforts. So sometimes it's possible to go around the mountain, but we need to make sure before we go around the mountain that the time frame will not end up with the same, and we do all these efforts and we end up in the same timeline. So this is what you need to think also about if you want to go around the obstacle. It's like a challenge, a stroke of fate, as I said earlier. It can be a little bit problematic. But in the end, the problems will solve, because the cross is the end card. So eventually it will go away if you have patience. Then we have the vertical line here. We have the fox, the tree, and the moon. Here there's a strong focus on getting roots again. Here again, as I mentioned earlier, this can point to a misdiagnosis. So be careful if you interact with something that things are correct, and ask for second or third opinion. I already told here. You need to make sure that you're in a safe position, that nothing can come back to you. That this is what it means also. It's best you imply some distrust for not getting blamed for any situation here that is possible. It's possible also because all those, if you have some stress or some duress on your person, on your body, it's possible that you feel it on your body. And like you feel the stress on your body, you feel that your body is under stress, under duress. Maybe there's some mental stress here involved. It tells you here also to wait for the right the right time. You also, with this whole situation of delays, what I'm seeing here, or what I'm thinking here also, is that because of this whole situation of delays, you will have an experience that later on will help you. Maybe now it can cause you stress and delays, but later on, maybe later on in life, you are confronted with a similar situation. And the cross teaches us things, and later on, you will maybe be confronted in your business with the same situation, and then you will know how to handle. This is also what is possible here. It's like you learn how to play the game. Like you get streetwise, your intelligence is growing. Also, if there's competition involved, you will know what games the competitions are playing. This is also here at play, if there's competition involved, that is. Some of these combinations also in a positive way, then it's also that you enjoy some things of life, because the moon and the tree is that we personally enjoy the things of life. Maybe there's foreign food involved. That is the positive side here from this slaying. So maybe there are good foods to be enjoyed here. from this side. That is the positive side of it, and maybe there's a lot of it. Then we have the tree and the moon. Yeah, I already said, like difficulties for putting your mind at ease. Yeah, I already told you that if you have the feeling, you need to trust your feelings. If you think that something is not correct, I think you will approach the situation in a pragmatic way here. You will approach the situation in a pragmatic way. Don't take too much stress on your body. Just overview the things here. Then we have the ship, the clouds, and the mountain. The setbacks again, the ship has difficulties to sail. If you travel also, it could mean that you have delays in your travel. We already saw that here with the rider. I told you that earlier. And here we have the same combination. The vehicle that you move with, if it's an airplane, your own vehicle, it could be delayed because we have the clouds here. We have difficulty to see our arriving time. There could be some unpleasantness with the whole trip involved. And in some circumstances, it could be if we booked a ticket that it's canceled. This could be also the case. For some reason, maybe some trips are canceled. Maybe it's canceled due to heavy weather because the clouds are here. Maybe that's an issue here. Some storms, some abnormalities, if you travel abroad in the country where we're going, are involved here. That is possible also. If you travel to exotic countries, maybe there's a typhoon and there's some difficulties from that area. If you travel to more cold countries, maybe there's snow involved, although it's not the season now. It's like you need to change the path here, or there are delays here with this travel. Also maybe misunderstandings during the trip for abroad. Arriving maybe at the wrong place. I don't know, this is possible here also. If you drive yourself or get lost a little bit when you're driving your own vehicle, this is literally, we come in uncharted water, so we don't know the place. It's possible here that we are disoriented in abroad. This is possible here also. Then we have the last two cards here. Yeah, the same again, that we lost our road a little bit. Yeah, we had it here. And then we have the last line. We have the rider, the anchor, and the cross. The rider is communication. So if we receive some messages, sometimes the messages might be a little bit on the heavy side. Some message comes to you slow also. The messages are arriving slow, maybe due to the internet troubles. So we have the same here again. If you're, yeah, I already said that. I want to mention the topic of religion or spirituality here also. If you're expecting some messages and your job would be related to the spiritual or to the church, everything would go a little bit slow also here. There's a delay in something, because sometimes the cross can literally mean that it's related to religion or spirituality. Things will stay the same. The messages are stable. Maybe the messages are a little bit on the slow side. I see the restaurants here again. If you work as a salesman door to door, this would mean also that you have a heavy time if you work as a salesman door to door, because this could be the salesman door to door. This could be a heavy time also if you have a job in that area. If you do sales, you can do sales on if that is possible. I don't know already, but because this can sometimes represent a boat also, if your job is related to a boat or to a ship, because the anchor is here, it's possible. Also, it goes a little bit on the slow side, if that would be possible, but on the long run, the stability will come back here. In some cases, if you're a religious person, also it can mean that you find stability in your faith if you have a hard time. This could what could it mean also? If you have a job also, it can make some forms of, or it can represent here some forms of determined, that you are determined to continue. As I mentioned earlier already, it's like we rely on our faith, we rely in the faith we're in. If you're a Muslim, a Catholic, a Hindu, whatever you are, you rely on your faith, you have faith, you find safety in your faith, you see it as a strength of pillar for yourself. If you're a religious person and you're preaching something, you can bring your messages. This is what it says also. And you feel it like your task, it's your duty. Sometimes you need to bring difficult news. It's possible if you're related to religion. If your job is more in bringing news to people, like you are a person who's responsible for bringing messages from some kind of company, you're the one now who need to bring the heavy news. So this is possible also, that you are appointed to bring some unpleasant news to certain groups of people. This is possible also. Then we go here, the fox, the clouds, and the cross. Yeah, we have the food here again. People, yeah, you need to be careful with people. I already told you that. It's always the same, not coming back here. You need to see that the situation is clear. Also, if the situation is unclear, this tells you also not to get desperate. It will clear up. It will clear up, but it will go slow. Maybe for this month, everything is a little bit on the slow side. To the things that you are involved in, it might make you a little bit moody also sometimes, because the moon is here. But I think with the moon is here, maybe you can give it a place. Maybe, as I told you, maybe there are some enjoyments that will balance the whole thing a little bit for you. Maybe you find a way out, and you make some enjoyments about it anyway. Here. So this points to some kind of, you have a lot of experience in your field, if that is your religious field, yeah, or if you're the field that you sell in, you have a lot of knowledge here. You're already, it's possible that you have a high level, high education level in your field where you work in, or maybe both. It's possible also that you study up in this time to come, because you have a lot of time on your hands. Maybe you do some research and you do additional studies. Maybe it's possible that you study up for laws, regulations. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe there's laws, regulations that bring the break, and you study up for preventing the problem in the future. It could be that you, if you do that, you study quite strict, that you want to know what is going on here. If you're in the religious profession, it could mean that you come at a high spiritual level. If you're in the job, it means that you gain more knowledge. So it's a little bit both. It depends what is your profession, because I need to see it here from several angles. Also, there are some high authorities here involved. You will get higher up. If you focus, you will get higher up in the job. No matter where your job is, slowly you will move on. if higher authorities blame you, you will still get higher up. You will endure and you will continue. That's what I see here also. You will not allow that this situation knock you down. You will persist. You will not let the situation knock you down. That's what you will organize. You will be dutiful. You will continue in your business. Maybe in some cases also, if you're stranded in some foreign country, it's possible that sometimes you feel a little bit that they let you in your fate, and you contact the business if you're an employee, that they don't actually interact with you, and that you feel a little bit like it's like they let me here in my fate. And if you have your own business, or you have your own master, it's possible that you don't know what to do at certain points. You feel a little bit like you're lost here at the moment. Maybe the higher authorities also, there's something fishy going on there that you don't know of. So that's possible here also, but I cannot see it clearly here because the clouds are here. But it's possible there that the higher authorities themselves are in something involved, and that is the reason why you cannot proceed. That is possible here also. This is more to business. It's not really into partnership here. What else? There could be some confusion in the partnership if there's a partnership going on here, but that is not the case. We go in the other cross now, the rider, the clouds and the moon. The rider brings messages. We are thinking a lot where we are going. We are thinking how we get there. We want to have a clear picture. We want to have clear up that we know where to go. Yeah, I think I enlightened everything here. You need to see you. I think you will control your stress, but there's a form of stress here. There's a little bit might be setbacks for this month, but at the end of the month it will be okay. And maybe it's meant to be to protect you. Maybe that's why everything is a little bit slow this month. If it's on the professional level. That's what I'm seeing here. So I would not worry about it. If some enjoyments are offered to you on the level, other forms of enjoyment, and you cannot proceed, I would certainly take the nice side of it also. So from these things, because there are some nice things here for restaurants, food, so this is also included. So if you can take that, I would certainly do that, because this is included here in this lane. So Leo, for this month, for the stone group or the earth group, this is all. It's more a little bit a heavy reading. It's not dramatic, but it's all a little bit slow. So I hope you enjoyed my card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for doing so, and see you next time. Bye bye for now.